Boogie Major.
KT, we got the heat, we stomp around in this nasty beat. When we walk through, all you see is we. Now watching us, it's a new tea. We got black girl magic, and melanin brown skin. Our daddy from the islands, I know mama raised some diamonds. Black cardigan is a new trend. Don't forget you still gotta tell your friends.
What's up, Knockout Gang? Okay, so today we're gonna be doing a story time on when we were both living in Delaware, living in an efficiency with 5 people.
You guys, do y'all know what an efficiency is?
1 bathroom, 1 kitchen,
And a living room.
and a living room.
That's it.
That's ghetto.
This was 2016.
First it was just me and my boyfriend at the time and our son. I'll say maybe 5 months into us living there, he had his friend, which is funny because it's now her fiance. His name's Cordell. You know, he moved down with us because he was in need for help. So we was like, hey, come on, come live with us, blah, blah, blah. This time I think we had like 2 blow-up beds. We were like separated or whatever. That's how we was doing it. I think we had like a little garden between us. I think it was a shower curtain or a blanket we hung up on the wall. We tried to like make it rooms or whatever.
I was living in Maryland still.
Yeah, she was coming to visit like every couple weeks or something like that.
Initially, the first time I came to visit Tauncey, I was newly single at the time. I came to visit Tauncey. I came up there and Cordell was there. You know what I mean?
And me and my boyfriend at the time was trying to hook them up. They had no idea, of course.
How did y'all even, first of all, how did y'all, why? First of all, why?
We don't know. We were just like, oh, well, we're cool. Maybe we should, our brother and your sister.
I guess. So I came out there to visit her, and then, you know, me and Cordell, we started talking to each other, you know, vibing. We all vibing and everything. And then when I left back home, because, you know, I was working at Chevy's. When I left to go back home, I was just like that was fun. I want to go back. And then eventually I was like, okay, this is doing too much. Like me and Cordell were like dating at this point.
Yeah.
And then he asked me to be his girlfriend. I'm living in Maryland, he's living in Delaware. So I was like, I might as well just move out there.
That's where it all began.
It was great in the beginning.
Yeah, everything was good. We was all, you know, going outside together, going on walks together. Everything was peachy keen.
So this is the part where we started getting comfortable with each other. Our, you know, personalities started coming out, and, you know, we living with each other in this small behind place. She is in a relationship, and now we're in like a new relationship.
Yeah.
And we're living in one room basically.
Right. So, you know, they're still getting to know each other, and we're like already in our comfort zone. So
okay, so what would you say is like the first thing that started making our experience drop down in there?
Probably when Tim would like ask you guys' opinions on us.
You guys. Okay, like I said, me and Cordell, we're in a fresh new relationship.
And mind you, her dude and my dude, they've known each other for a while before even me and him even got together.
And then we're sisters.
So you can just imagine how complicated that is.
So me and Cordell, you know, we'll be in our area. You know, we'll be in our corner of the room.
Kitchen.
No, it wasn't the kitchen yet.
Oh.
We'll be in our corner of the room or whatever, and, you know, chilling, vibing, getting to know each other still.
Right.
And they will be arguing. We can't go to our room, close the door, and let them argue. We're in the room with them.
Right.
So when this happens,
Tim, not me, Tim,
not her, she likes to keep their relationship between them. He likes to ask people's opinion, okay? He goes to us and he's like, all right, so this will happen. What y'all think? Is she doing too much or da-da-da-da-da, you know, telling us.
And I'd be like, why you always gotta bring them in it?
And now we're like, should we answer or
and she's my sister, so she don't know if she should defend me or she don't know if she should tell the truth.
I don't know what's going on, because at the end of the day, this was their apartment. So, you know what I mean? So I'm in a dilemma because you're my sister. I'm also in a dilemma because this is under the place is under Tim's name.
Yeah, and then she's in a relationship with his friend.
Exactly. So there's a lot going on, and vice versa with Cordell. The same kind of like situation. So we're stuck. We're like,
I could just imagine
I don't know. Like, I don't know. And Cordell, he's like, sometimes Cordell, you know, he'll be like, all right, so this is what I feel like. Sometimes he'll do that. Those situations, they were happening like every week.
And then me, I'm a Scorpio. I'm gonna just point that out. I'm a Scorpio, so I can be emotional and I can be like feisty a little bit. And I was wearing a patch, a birth control patch at the time for a good amount of time. So those make you more emotional as well. So I was just up here with everybody all the time.
All the time. Like,
I felt like everybody was against me. I'm just like, these people.
You had to walk on eggshells with her.
It's not my fault.
Okay, so that's a situation that, you know, started making the whole house a little rocky.
Yeah.
Not only that, but on top of that, y'all have to think we don't have any personal space. Y'all, we was stapling sheets to the mother freaking ceiling to make rooms. Oh my God. We was
ghetto.
That was so ghetto.
But yeah, that's just the beginning.
I don't want to have to say it, but y'all know what happens when you're in a relationship. We don't have rooms.
Yeah.
So just sit with that for a second.
Yeah.
So we had the staples, we had our dividers, you know, we
tried dressers in between. We tried a lot of stuff and none of it worked. So that's like, it was like one day we was just like, what could work? Let's try a tent.
So her and Tim, they went and got their own tent.
Yeah, we got our tent first.
I feel like I came home and y'all had a tent and I was just like, so they got a room now? So they got a room. What about us? Like, now I feel like y'all got a room and we just out in the open.
Right.
So me and Cordell was like, okay, boom. We gonna get a tent. And
mind y'all, we're in efficiency.
We're in efficiency and they had a big tent.
A big old tent. That thing was huge.
It was huge. So we went and got our own room. We went and got our own tent, y'all. We put it up. So we had to kind of like sort of kind of smush them together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They was touching. They was touching. The tents was definitely
They was touching 100%. So we put theirs, you know, they put theirs up against the wall in the corner and then we put ours like right next to them in the corner so
by
that
the kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah, by the kitchen so that we can still have a living room.
Right.
Y'all, can we just say
we came a long way. I say that for one.
Okay, 100%. Because period, we got our own places now.
Yes.
But yeah, so they had their thing. They put their TV in there. I was a little gut about that.
Oh yeah, we had a TV.
But we got our own. We had our own TV and put it in our tent, and you know things was good. I think when we first got the tents, things started moving,
getting a little better.
But then me and Cordell thought we was excluded from anything that had going on. They had their room, we had ours. This man Tim would knock on our tent.
Excuse me, y'all.
Come out here real quick.
Come out here real quick. I gotta ask y'all something.
Me and Cordell would be in there like, I want to answer this question right now. Like, please, like, leave us out of it. Like,
I was on their side. I'm like, why are you bringing them in this? Like, they trying to get to know each other still. You trying to fog that up.
That was not okay. So yeah, so that started happening, and then when you know y'all's relationship started getting rockier, you know, in this whole time, Tim, you know, he wanted to spend more time with Cordell.
And for an example, one time they had went to the studio. Her dude and my dude had went to the studio, and she went as well. And I'm just in the house like, why she go over there with them? Why she leave me in the house by myself? Yes. But she left me in the house by myself and she went to the studio. But at the same time, it's like I had to understand because they were still getting to know each other. They was fresh. They was like, I want to be around you all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to think about how you and Tim was in the beginning of y'all relationship.
Yeah, but I understood that. But back then I was like, why would she go over there with them and leave me here?
Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't know.
That was a complication.
But the thing is, I didn't know that she was feeling that way. She did not come and tell me why we was living out there.
I was emotional.
She didn't tell me that she was feeling that way. So that's a problem. So me feeling like I'm walking on eggshells, like why is she so upset with me all the time? Why is she snapping at me so daggone quick?
She did, no.
So yeah, so I mean, I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like Cordell and Tim's relationship started getting a little rocky.
Yeah.
Because Cordell was spending most of his time with me.
Right.
And Cordell, you know, he wasn't putting in as much work.
Yeah.
Because he was in a new relationship. Okay.
Right. So we were all working together, me, Cordell, and Tim. And and you know, we working at with Friendlies. I was the server and they were cooks, and there was another server there named Mary. I will say she's probably a good percentage of why me and Tim broke up. She's a good percentage.
I think you left Friendlies because it was too much.
I left Friendlies first because I was working 2 jobs. I was working at Total Wine and I was doing Friendlies overnight. I mean, at night.
And then I think, okay, this could be incorrect. They're not here to tell their side, but I think they got fired from Friendlies and then decided to go, or I think Tim might have got fired and Cordell decided to leave with him.
Something like it.
That's something like it. And Cordell decided to leave with him, and so they went and applied at Applebee's. Yeah, so Cordell, Tim, and this girl, they was all working at Applebee's together. And, you know, she was working at Total Wine in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she would come home and watch the baby.
Yeah, and then he'll go to work at night.
Yeah. So, we didn't have a car.
Yeah, nobody had a car in the house.
Cordell and Tim, I think they would be getting rides home from this girl. Did we have our suspicions on this girl?
Yes, we did. Well, yeah, we did. One night, she was bringing them home, and Cordell had came in the house, but Tim didn't. And I know that, you know, they smoked or whatever the case may be after work. But one night I was just like, okay, what's taking him so long? And we were like, well, let's go outside and let's go see if they're smoking. Let's go see what's going on. But I went out there and I didn't see anything. I don't know if they parked the car. Actually, I think they did park the car somewhere else.
They parked all the way around the corner up the hill.
So you know what they was doing, or may or may not have been doing, but you know what they was doing.
So yeah, so it was weird stuff going on, and like I like to say, woman's intuition, okay? Okay, so one night, we in the house with the baby, and
we was coming up with a plan.
Oh, where did we go?
Applebee's.
They was all at work. The girl, Tim, and mother freaking Cordell. They was all at work. I had a car at this time. Me and Cordell, we had a car at this time. So we drove, put the baby in the back, we drove up there, and you know, we went out for dinner.
Yes. So guys, we just so happened to get put in her section. We were like, wow.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence.
She was our server.
She was our server, y'all. Wow.
Before she even came to take our order, she saw us and she went in the back, probably told Tim, your girl's here.
Then she came back out
and took our order.
I was just looking at her the whole time like,
and meanwhile I was like, hey girl. Yeah, so we got in her section and she came and she took our order. So I don't know, like, this is a blurry night, you guys.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all this before we even get any more further. Like I said, I blacked out. Like, I was just getting heated because it was like I just wanted to get straight to, are you messing with him or not? But I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna try to chill and just see how this goes.
So Tim came out there and he was like, what's up, son? How you doing, son? Da, 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 da. What y'all doing here? And we just like came out to eat.
We hungry.
What do you mean? Yo. Petty. She's like, what do you mean? Like, why can't we come out to eat? I don't get it, you know? So yeah, so he goes back in the kitchen. Cordell, he picks his head up. He's like, hey, you know, whatever. So I feel like Tonsi just decided to go and ask Mary, what's up?
Yeah,
like,
I was tired of waiting. I just wanted to know
what's going on. Like, why? Like, what's going on with y'all? I know something going on. Just tell me.
How long were y'all messing with each other? That was my goal, my purpose of asking her that night.
Yeah, because y'all wasn't not together for that long.
Yeah, it wasn't that long. It was probably like a week or something.
And she's like, why does it even matter? Y'all aren't together, and da 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 da. And that just turned her into.
Yeah, that's when I blacked out, y'all.
So she's cussing the girl out. Tim's out there. He's like, why would you come up to my job? And da 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 da. I'm calling my aunt. I'm calling my mom.
Call him.
She was like, call him. Da, 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 da. Y'all, we're at Applebee's. We're at their job. And she's like, that's okay. Y'all could be together. He still for me every night. Yes, she did. She said, we still having this, we still having that, so da 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 da.
Yeah, this is embarrassing, but yeah, we all went through our little times.
Y'all would think that that's the craziest part about the night. Y'all, we go home, and guess who waiting for us? His aunt and his mom. I was just like, I can't believe that they actually came here to say something. Like, what was they I don't know. They looked like they was ready.
They did. He probably sliced it. Was like, man, she did this. He probably sliced it.
He be slicing stuff.
He probably sliced it. That's probably what it was. But at the same time, I feel like his mom. I feel like she'd be on my side sometimes.
So they did come for her a little bit, but they was like, you can't be coming to his job. You know, you can't be doing that. And we had to pretend like we just wanted something to eat.
Right, but they knew.
They knew. So, you know, nothing happened. It was just a little arguing on their behalf. They was arguing with each other, like him and the mom, and I think the aunt and me.
And
was
the
just
mom
kinda
was
there.
like, I think she was trying to like, if y'all want to work this out, then y'all need to work it out. If y'all not, then y'all need to let it go. She's like, y'all need to let it go. Y'all need to let it go.
She could be aggressive.
Yeah, when she want to be, yeah.
I was just like,
yes, ma'am.
it's like, no, for real. She'll come over there and be like, y'all need to clean this place up.
She did.
Yeah. So I mean, it was true.
I love his mom though.
Yeah, we did need to clean the place up.
We did. That was that situation. We were still living there. We was trying to do this co-parenting thing. We weren't together, but we still live in the same house.
I'm not gonna let her say that because although they wasn't together, they were still kind of acting like
together,
it.
yeah.
Because y'all was still doing things together. Okay? You know, y'all was still kind of like in a relationship, but
still kind of, but we just didn't have a title, I guess.
If you messing around with one another, y'all got a family, y'all messing around with it, okay, boom. If y'all are gonna venture off, y'all should be letting each other know.
Yeah. Yes. I'm not 100% sure on when he met this other girl. Like I said, we were still, you know, trying to figure things out. We weren't really together at this time, but we were still trying to figure things out. And I started seeing this number on his phone because I be going through his phone. And I saw this number, well, this name, and it was like, I'm not gonna say name, but it said blank. And I'm like, who's this? I'm like, who's Sarah? And he's like, oh, that's just a coworker or something like that, he said. I was like, oh, okay. So eventually, like, I start hearing him on the phone more. I'm like, okay, so why are you messing with somebody? He's like, oh, well, we're not together. Why are you asking? I still felt entitled to look through his phone and ask him questions. So I think around this time we started to like try to make each other jealous. Like one night I ordered some Domino's pizza and the delivery guy, he was fine. And I'm like, okay.
I was mad I didn't see him.
You didn't see him?
Because you came in the house and was like, girl.
So yeah, I went and got the pizza or whatever, and you know, we had exchanged numbers. And then I had texted him, and he saw that I was texting him on my phone. He was like, oh, so you talking to somebody? I'm like, well, you talking to somebody, why can't I talk to somebody, type of thing. So we were still feeling each other, obviously, but we just wasn't trying to be together for some reason. So one day, he had went outside, right? He went outside, and I'm like, where is he at? Where is he at? And I look out the window. I look out the window at the perfect time. I see him getting out this white car and taking, I guess it was some trash in the car. I guess he was sitting in the car with some girl. He took some trash out and brought it to the dumpster. I'm like, is that Tim? So I'm looking around the house. I'm like, he didn't even take out the trash in the house. Why is he taking out trash? Why is he taking out this girl trash in the car? I went outside. Do you remember that?
I feel like I remember.
You were there, weren't you?
Was I outside?
I think you came outside.
I think I came outside too.
So I came outside and I'm like, I'm looking. I go on his side, Pastor. I put my head in that car. I'm like, hey. I'm like, what's
crazy?
I'm like, what's this? He's like, man, you know how guys do. Like, what are you doing and everything? And I'm like, what are you doing? Who is this? Like, who is this girl? And he's like, man, go back in the house. He trying to brush me off. I'm like, no, I'm not going nowhere. I was like, excuse me, who are you? And she was like, she didn't know what to say. She had her shade. She was just like, I'm like,
I think me and Cordell was in our own car, in our own world, and we look and see Tonsi over there, and I'm like, hold on, what is it going on? what is going on?
And right now, I'm in a blackout mode. Because once I get there, y'all, and I'm angry and I'm hype, I'm like,
by the time I get out the car and walk over there, she's like, whatever. And she walked back in the house, and I'm like, hold on. So I follow her in the house. I'm like, what's going on? And I guess Cordell out there talking to Ted. It's just too much going on right here. So,
So that was another incident.
So after that, I think did he make it official that y'all ain't together and then he talking to this girl, or?
That's a good question. I don't remember 100%. Maybe it was something like that. I mean, even if he didn't, I knew it was done.
So I think they officially was like done with each other, and then they was just arguing. It just was not. It was a very toxic place to live at this point.
We should have had Sage in there.
No, for real. It was toxic. We wasn't paying the bills.
It was bad. We was like, we ain't paying that rent. Get that rent.
Exactly. Well, he was the one.
And it was on his name. No, because we was still giving him the money, y'all, but he wasn't paying it.
He was just trying to save it.
No, we buying watches and stuff. Remember, he was buying chains and watches.
That's what he was doing with the money.
That's what he was doing with the money.
I think when we realized that he decided not to pay the rent, that's when we was like, we not giving him no more money then. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, at that point, you know, their relationship was all over the place. It was rocky. It was bad. Our relationship, me and Cordell, I feel like it was getting affected because we couldn't just focus on each other. We was focusing on a lot of other stuff too. Yeah. So there was a lot going on. So one night they had a huge argument, and
ended up me leaving.
Like, it was so bad she called my mom and was like, "Come get me."
I moved back to Maryland that night.
That night. So she packed her bags, and I'm just like, what the heck? Like, where the heck am I gonna go? So I had to stay in Delaware with Cordell and her ex at this point. Yeah. So y'all, she left that night. 30 minutes. Not even 30 minutes. Probably 10 minutes after she left, this boy brings this girl in the house.
After I leave. Right after I leave, y'all.
I was so pissed. I was so pissed. At this time, me and Cordell was living in the kitchen. I had the mother freaking blow a bed in the kitchen. We had it in the kitchen, and it was a curtain in the kitchen, y'all. Anyway, so they had a bed at this time, like a real bed. It was in the living room. He was in there. He brings the girl in there. I was so pissed off. I'm in the kitchen on my blow-up bed, like, I cannot believe this man brought this girl in here. What's wrong with him? And I'm just blowing up, and Cordell, he's like, just calm down, like, just relax, it's okay, and just like stop being loud and all this stuff. And I'm like, no, because that's messed up, and Tim out there mumbling under his breath, like, just, you know, like, be quiet, shut up, she doing too much, blah blah blah. So I don't want to live there anymore, but I don't got nowhere to go. One day, you know, things are going bad. You know, him and Cordell, they hanging out a little bit, but not that much because I have nobody at this point. So Cordell needs to be with me. So one day he had the girl over, and I decide, I'm not staying here. I can't. I start packing my stuff. Cordell start packing his stuff. We're in a relationship. Why wouldn't he? And I leave. I walk out the door, and Cordell, he walks up to Tim, and he's like, alright. He's like, alright, we heading out. He's like, where y'all going? He's like, we about to move. And Tim, he's like, alright then. And everything, and I definitely know that was the downfall in their like relationship, because we just up and left. But I'm not gonna lie, it was me. It wasn't Cordell. But Cordell is not a confrontational person. He doesn't like upsetting people. He doesn't like things like.
But he probably just didn't know how to do it properly.
Right. He didn't know how to do it properly. So I don't feel like anybody should fault him for the situation, because it was me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like a very dominant person. Like, I'm a very dominant person. Like, I feel like relationship wise, and Cordell, he's chill, he laid back, he don't like confrontation, he just, it is what it is kind of person. So I'm like, we're leaving. So we move and we go live with my best friend for a little while in Baltimore. And alright you guys. So that's gonna end off our video for today. This was the story time about Delaware experience, efficiency, 5 people. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Did you guys relate to any of these things? Have you guys ever been in a situation like this? Leave it in the comment section down below.
Yeah. So we had to get the kids because they kept messing with us.
So don't forget to subscribe, like this video, comment down below what you guys think. Do you guys like story times? Do you want to see more? We need to know. Turn on the notification bell because you need to know every time we upload. And we love you, KO Gang. We'll see you next video.
Mwah.
Boogie Major.
KT, we got the heat, we stomp around in this nasty beat. When we walk through, all you see is we. Now watching us, it's a new tea. We got black girl magic, and melanin and brown skin. Our daddy from the island, I know mama raised some diamonds. Black cardigan is a new trend. Don't forget you still gotta tell your friends.